he's shown a lot of disrespect online. Then he's stood next to me, not said nothing for 5 minutes, and then he wants to walk and put his hat into my head.
Pro Boxing fans here with Sonny Edwards. Sonny, aka Eddie Hearn.
See that Sonny Edwards, right? Best pound for pound fighter in Britain. Mustard. Saturday night, OVO Arena. Be there or be square, because you won't be around.
You know what, Sonny? I thought Eddie had the gift.
That's alright, that wasn't it? Cougar says it's alright. Because you won't be around, innit?
You know, I thought Eddie had the gift of the gab, but you're not far off, are you?
Yeah, I've been looking and, mimicking him for a long time, doing my impressions. Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, I like talking, man. I can talk. I'd got an A in English Lit, and I did English for A-level. So, yeah, I'm educated.
Good man. I came to see you last week, so there's not much I can talk to you about, but you've seen him this week, face to face. You had that, face off yesterday where you took his hat off, you had a bit of a back and forth. Today you got to see him in his eyes again. And you've talked on that press conference here, but listen, these guys don't want me, man. These fighters, these champions, they don't even want me next. What position are you in right now? How's your mentality? How's your mindset?
Yeah, I'm good. It's never changed. I've always struggled to get opposition that have anything worth defending. Always struggled. I've always had to work that a little bit harder. I've always had to just go for fighters that don't really have nothing to hold on to, but are just dangerous fighters. That's how I built my whole career. If I have to carry on doing that, I have to carry on doing that. Like I said up there, I think this is the easiest fight I've had for a while. Like, actual opponent coming over as a worthy challenger, he might show that he's more, and he might get that little 10%, 15% stat boost because he's fighting to change his life. But because I'm not complacent, because I don't overlook people genuinely, just because I speak the way confidently how I speak, I don't prepare as if I don't approach the fight as if I don't, take my eye off the ball, because at the end of the day there's going to be 2 gloves in there and they're going to try and hit me in the face, so I just got to stay away from them, put myself in the best positions, not give them no easy looks, and see what I can work with and take them apart bit by bit.
You said on there, listen, these champions don't want me, man. The Bam Bams and the Martinez's, they don't want me. You've been trying to get these fights done for the last 2 years. Nothing's happened. Now you're with Eddie Hearn. Do you feel like you're closer to ever getting these fights?
Closer, but where we're at right now is they're still asking for too much money. And I'd agreed when I'd signed any of them, this is how much I'll get paid, anywhere in the world, don't need no argument. So I've actually agreed to fight all of these names you talk about. I've got my own personal, outside of them, agreement of what I would get. If I win, what happens? If I lose, obviously you have to safety net, but I'm not even looking at that. But if I win, what happens? And then fight another one that's like the similar level, what happens and what it would be for. Now, we've already agreed, me and Eddie, we shook hands on that. And yeah, so I'm ready, plugged in, all for these fights. That's why Eddie loves me now. He's like, hold on, I've got one half of all these great main events. And he's got all the other halves, but they're not. All of a sudden, it's a bit, that's a bit of a tricky fight, and we'll be able to build it. Like, they're making excuses now, so he can feel their energy, he can feel their, like I said, just call me Moses.
Do you feel like you're in a good point of your career? I see you at the top table there, you're confident, you were on TalkSport yesterday, you seem to be on more broadcasting channels. You're a champion, and obviously, but we know in boxing, not every champion gets the limelight. We saw Josh Taylor win all the belts, and when he came back to the UK, nobody really gave him that attention that he deserved. Do you feel like with Eddie, with the whole setup that you got behind you, that you're in a good place to promote yourself?
Yeah, definitely. But for me, the main focus is getting in the ring and having a fight. That's it. And winning, obviously, winning. And let everything else fall around it. I'm not in a rush for fame status. I'm not in a rush for financials. Like, I'm comfortable, very comfortable. I've got a good contract. I've got a great career prospect. So I'm not in a rush for any of those things, if that makes sense. I'm just enjoying the ride, enjoying the journey. Too many people focus on the destination, what they're going to do when they're this, and this will make them happy. I've been happy my whole life, pretty much. I'm happy now. I've got 2 beautiful kids that I'm not just providing for. They're thriving and they're growing up in a loving environment with everything they could ever ask for, and with a parents that really, really, really love them. So that's the main thing important for me. Being a person and being a dad that my kids are proud of. People liking me on the internet, like, that doesn't even start getting into my way of thinking. I'm a fighter, I'm an entertainer. I don't get anything from being liked. I don't get anything from being disliked. You take me as you are and you react to me as you want. I feel like more people like engaging with shit that they negatively react to. So if you want me to ruffle a few feathers because that makes you feel something, that makes you remember, that makes you engage, that makes you watch, I can be that guy. I've not actually ever had something to build up. Like yesterday, the head-to-head where everyone sort of got a bit excited. The only reason that happened, he's shown a lot of disrespect online. Then he stood next to me, not said nothing for 5 minutes, and then he wants to walk and put his hat into my head. So I flicked it off, and then back and forth.
Sorry, I'm going to ask you the last question. Obviously, I'm getting told by the PR team that I've just got to cut this one short. On the same night, Josh Taylor's fighting Teofimo Lopez. When I came to your gym, and I've got to ask you this question. Just give me your thoughts. Break down that fight for me.
Yeah, I think Josh really enjoys being in a firefight especially. I think Teofimo Lopez, after being Lomachenko, sort of blew up his ego and his pride and genuinely believed who he was as a fighter without, going in the ring and proving it every time. He thought he could just walk down Campos and punch his head in because he beat Lomachenko, which is, complacency, as I always say, is the biggest killer of dreams. I think Josh is a bit bigger. I think he's a bit better as well, and I think he likes fighting more. So, and he's probably more in a sound place. I don't know though, because we don't know, because obviously with the Jack Catterall, with the Cambosa's fight, everything that's gone on, we don't really know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I'm rooting obviously for the British man, or Scottish man as he'd like to say, but a friend of mine, someone I spent time with growing up with the GB setup, my brother being his friend, etc. Yeah, real good friend of Josh, and I hope he's a real good person. I hope that he does the business.
So just good luck on Saturday night. No doubt you'll be getting a lot of people watching your fight. A lot of people have anticipated you fighting in these big fights soon. Hopefully this is the journey to the big fights. Good luck on Saturday night, and no doubt we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Talk to Pro Box fans.